to the Good Share Podcast with Ryan and Ice. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Ice.
All right. Yeah, we're sticking right in today, man. We're not wasting any time. I decided to just, go with it because we shoot the crap for like at least, 8 minutes before we get
we have like a conversation for like 20 minutes. And we're like, we should be recording this. So
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Why not start recording? And that's why I figured. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. I had to turn my air conditioner. It's nearly stifling up here.
Really?
It gets so hot up here. And it seems like my air conditioner is just not doing what it used to do.
Is it just like a in through the wall unit like what I have here?
You know what? Yes. And you know what's funny? In the basement, I have on a rack a unit you used to have in your studio.
A ductless unit?
Yep.
You just have one sitting in your basement?
Yeah. It's stacked on top of itself. It was given to me, and I just haven't.
Oh, to use upstairs?
Yeah, wherever I want.
Oh, well, right, gotcha. Well, I figured your house probably.
I mean, I can use
it
wherever I want to use it.
I know, I understand, but I was just assuming the rest of the house probably has central air.
It does. It does. It just, the upstairs, man. Anybody that has a second floor knows that it never reaches. It just never reaches.
Well, you could dual zone your house like I did. And
I mean, exactly. But no one lives up here. I'm the only one.
Right. It's just your office. Yeah.
Yeah. So the window unit
just your
works.
Studio.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, you know what I was looking at? Because eventually, like today's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
The way it was yesterday and today, like we just had the windows open, turn the HVAC off.
Oh yeah.
But I can't do that in this room, especially if I'm like gonna be playing drums and recording. Oh yeah, starting to get some of my veins back. All right.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right. I can't just open the windows, right? But like the unit that I have here now is like a through the wall unit, which it's fine, it's here, whatever. But at some point I do want to soundproof this room a little more. Yeah. And I had talked to Jason, my HVAC guy, about just spending the money and putting a bigger unit for the house and then running a return and a vent into this room. Because on the other side of that wall above the door, just like to the left where that rear window poster is, up there, those are the walk upstairs to the attic. And all the ductwork for the second floor is right there. Like, he would be really easy.
Oh, yeah. Drop something.
But on a day like today, where we just have the windows open in the house, that means this room would get no ventilation. So I think I'm still just going to do a mini split unit in here eventually. But I don't know how, because the pitch of the roof on the outside.
It's a tricky thing, man.
It's going to make it really tough.
I've got a similar situation here.
But
I don't know, like my ceiling right here, because it falls like yours.
Yeah,
it doesn't fall clear to what.
Yeah, I've only got like 2.5 feet, maybe.
Yeah, so mine is more like maybe just a little over 5 feet.
Yeah,
or it might be 6 feet. It might be 6. I don't know if I could stand there.
There goes my dog. See you, Lloyd.
Bye, Lloyd.
Just opening the door himself. Hang on. Well, I'll finish this thought. Oh, yeah, he's going to bark. Cool. He's like, peace out. Dude, side note, I really like this camera. It shows so much more of my physique. Anyway, also.
And you get to see some of your drums.
Yeah.
The other stuff.
It looks like a studio in here.
Yeah, the drums are actually set up. It's just not a pile of stuff over there.
Yeah. Well, there is a pile of stuff over there. But anyway, all that to say, I was talking about what you're talking about, how the ceiling falls. Like, I couldn't do what I did at the old place here because those are supposed to be mounted up high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they make low mount units that are like, they're kind of bigger, like a rectangle. They're probably like 2 feet by 3 feet.
Huh.
And they're made to be like mounted close to the floor.
Oh, really?
But it's still a mini split. So I'm going to, I don't have the money to do it right now. And like I said, this unit's fine, except the worst thing about this unit is that you have a huge hole in the wall, basically, that sound and light go through.
Yep.
Because I actually had a buddy come over, my buddy Nate, not that long ago. 3 weeks ago, maybe, he came over because he hadn't seen the new place. That was the first time I had another drummer here. So I had him play because he would play with like the same kind of velocity I would play with. And
Sure.
I walked outside and it's really surprising actually. If you shut that door and then shut the door to the guest bedroom that's on the other side of this wall, in the house, it's not.
Lloyd's back.
Oh, hey, bud. In the house, it's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah, and I think part of it is this room is a bonus room. So that wall used to be the exterior wall, so it's insulated.
That's why I was just gonna say. I bet it's.
It makes and I looked because you can see down into it from the attic, like.
And you're over top of the garage, right?
Yeah, it is insulated. So when you shut both doors, if you go down, I mean, I don't think I could play. Like Ethan's room is right over here on the other side of that wall. So if he's napping, I probably couldn't play. But like when people are awake, if you're downstairs, and I went outside and. I honestly think if that hole, even with the windows there, if that hole for the HVAC wasn't in the wall, it would not be that bad because it wasn't near as loud as I expected it to be.
Wow.
Like it's way louder than the old studio.
Sure.
But those walls were like double walls that were like a foot thick.
But it's not like somebody's going to be calling the cops immediately.
No. And I mean, honestly, everyone around here that has heard me, it doesn't bother anybody. And the closest
they love to hear you drum.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, we love to listen to you drum so much."
I don't know about
they're
that.
They're all fans of drum solos.
Yeah, I wish you'd play longer. No, said nobody. But the neighbor I guess the good thing is the neighbors don't seem to mind, but I would still like to make it as soundproof as possible in the future.
Yeah,
You know?
I got you.
But yeah, I was looking up those mini split units the other day and I was like, "Oh, that might actually work in this room." The only problem is trying to figure out how to run the lines out. Because, like right behind the desk, it's the same as like over here where it's only about 2.5 feet, but the roof keeps falling beyond that. It's not just like a flat wall right there where I can have the line come out and go down,
Right. And that's
So-
kind of what I run into here because I could probably put on this wall, but it's not quite tall enough. And it would be convenient because I could drop it right out the side and the condenser could be right out there and no big deal. But the height issue here. So that means I have to move it over here, which means I have to run the lines through the wall that way, which is a pretty steep turn for high pressure coolant lines.
Right.
I mean, I'm not an HVAC guy, but I have worked around quite a bit of it. So getting through that wall, which means I also have to remove quite a bit. I have to remove a channel of drywall to get the lines through, and then they have to go outside and drop.
None of that sounds enjoyable at all.
Yeah. Hence, not having it installed yet.
Sure. But that's cool that somebody just gave you one.
Yeah.
Those things are expensive, man.
They are. I kind of worked for it.
Oh, okay. Like that's how you got paid?
No, I didn't expect it. So.
Oh, gotcha.
But I did do work, but I wasn't doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You thought
One
you were
of
just
them.
doing it pro bono. Pro boner.
Pro boner.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, this episode's going to go sideways so fast.
What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a pro boner.
That's what my wife calls me. So, before we get stuck in here, what am I from? England? Okay. Before we get into it, so yeah, the camera, it looks great.
Yeah,
it's
thanks.
awesome looking.
Thanks for hooking me up.
We got an order from Sweetwater, a popper stopper, which by the way, made by this one's Telefunken. I was way off. I was gonna say the wrong manufacturer. Thank goodness it's printed on the side. Anyway, so the popper stopper I'm using now is pretty awesome. I love it. It's very sleek. It very form fitting to the microphone. It's very lightweight, and let me tell you, it does a magnificent. What's our check? What's our tester?
It's not mine. I got it from another guy on YouTube, but he always says, "Please bring pizza pronto."
Oh, yeah, okay. I haven't seen it. Please bring pizza pronto. See, it sounds great. It does such a great job.
It works nice.
And it's crisp. Like, I'm sure you can hear how crisp everything. So it's not like muffling anything. That's the one thing I did notice, like with this is, it's metal. It's not
like
a fabric.
Mesh. It's not a mesh. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing I noticed, like with fabric popper stoppers, is they tend to take the sibilant. They dull the sibilants.
Right.
Sibilants.
Yeah.
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 Two.
Downtown. What was his name? Jason Brown?
Jason Brown.
Downtown Jason Brown.
Downtown Jason Brown. So anyway, we ordered that, and that went a little bit something like this. Dave Brow.
Hey, man. Sorry I was at lunch.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, you were at lunch. It would be about lunchtime, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I always go from 1 to 2.
Hey, just want to let you know you're on the podcast.
I am.
You are at this very moment.
Right now?
Right this very moment.
Very cool.
Hey, so
Nah, he doesn't care.
Matt's like, hey, he doesn't care. Hey, anyway, I actually need to order something. So I thought I'm doing this, so I might as well order it and have you on as well at the same time.
Far out.
Very
cool.
Okay, so I need a metal popper stopper because my plosives are getting out of hand on the thing.
There's a Telefunken one for $25 that slips over the mic.
That one's nice because it just slips right on the mic.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
That is slick. All right, cool. 2 of those, one to Iceman and one to me.
Oh, dude, I don't need one.
All right.
I got this thing, man.
Yeah.
You don't like this thing?
Although, I don't think you'll have it tomorrow. You'll have it Saturday because the shipping cutoff they had some kind of glitch yesterday and they got really backlogged. So it's been fixed. But
no worries.
It's possible they'll get it out, but they've already told us it's cut off.
Yeah. And I don't want to put so much low cut on my voice to get rid of that real soothing sound that everyone enjoys.
The silly tones of Ryan McVeigh.
Thank you, Dave, for helping me out today.
Okay, no problem. Happy to help.
Yeah, for Sweetwater, right?
Sweetwater, man.
Yeah, Sweetwater.
Extension
1289.
Extension 1289. Mr. Dave Brow hooking me up with a popper stopper for the podcast so y'all can hear me clearer and not like popping stuff and whatnot.
Dave Brow is the man.
That's blowing your speakers.
Yeah, blowing up the speakers. Yeah, I'm using the 87 on figure 8 right now and picking you up on the back side of it through my speaker phone thing, my Bob.
Oh, there you go.
That's how microphones work.
It's super, super duper high tech. I just have to hold my phone up here. That's all.
That's the professional way to do it. And I should know because I was an engineer in Hollywood for many years.
That's right.
Voiceover recording specialist.
Yeah, you were. That was your thing. Voice over record. Yeah. That was your bag.
Yeah,
dude.
Engineer to the stars.
We're gonna have him on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, I agree. So Iceman says we're gonna definitely have to have you on the podcast sometime.
I want to hear more about that.
What we'll do is I'll call up and order something, and then we'll talk for 35 minutes.
So it'll just be a normal. It'll just be a normal
order
just be a
call.
Normal
day for me and Dave. Yeah. But
yeah, right.
But we'll actually be 30 minutes under normal, right?
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a short conversation.
Right. Oh, very cool. Well, thanks, Dave. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks,
right.
Dave.
Thank you. Guys, take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was us talking to Dave.
But
he couldn't hear you.
No. Hey, shout out though, if anyone who listens to this is like a musician and you need to order some audio gear. I mean, I guess they have everything, but man, Sweetwater, specifically Dave Brow, he's the dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dave, yeah. I've been working with Dave for 15 plus years. He's been my rep. Yeah. We've only had one little hiccup, but it wasn't with him. It was actually with the Sweetwater shipping department because they were going through a transformation with with their shipping department, and
they just needed to get their ship together.
They didn't need to get their ship together. So anyway, Yours is still on the way. It actually might show up today.
Probably right after we record. I'll
after
go check the mail and it'll be there or something.
It'll be there. Anyway, but yeah, thanks, Dave. You're the man.
Yeah,
You're the man.
We need to get him on the podcast sometime. I want to hear more about his time in LA as a voiceover engineer.
Yeah, Dave has had a lot of experience. He's actually worked with like a ton of people. Do you remember the A&E biography series?
No, but wasn't he in a band with a dude from the Brady Bunch?
He was. Wonder Boy. That was the name of their group.
And he was like the cousin or something on the Brady Bunch. He was like
he was cousin Eddie or cousin
Eddie. That's from Vacation.
Well, I was thinking cousin Eddie from Vacation, but also cousin Eddie isn't.
I don't know,
from Munsters or something.
Oh, maybe. I never watched the Brady Bunch, but I remember you showing me a picture. And I was like, oh, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man, that he was in a band with that dude.
Yeah, and he got to work with a lot of cool people. He did a lot of the A&E biography series stuff. He recorded. He was a recording engineer for the VO for the
okay.
That I don't know how many episodes exactly. I know he did a lot of it.
Yeah.
Also, if I may be incorrect about this, but I don't think I am. But he also worked on VO with James Earl Jones. So
really
pretty freaking cool.
Wow.
Yeah. And like, he was like, yeah, anytime, we did VOs, I always use he had a particular shotgun microphone that he always went to because it was just
interesting.
Yeah. So like, I was always intrigued by that and always wanted to buy a shotgun microphone just specifically for VO work because I know how focused they are and they like you wouldn't pick up hard. Like this one, like you can hear some of my room in here, even though it's on. Like I flipped it over to cardioid.
Wow.
But that's
why it doesn't sound as good today.
Oh boy,
I'm just kidding.
So, a shotgun microphone. So I've always wanted to kind of buy one, but I mean, they really kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're a one-trick pony. Because you could probably use them on mini ponies, but
I always thought it would be cool if you were in a big enough room, to use them as room mics for drums, but kind of have them about
not pointing
6 feet in front of the kit, but pointed away from the drums.
Oh,
if you had a long room with a lot of throw, it might be cool.
It might, you know what? It very well could be cool. You showed me one miking technique that I had no idea. Like I didn't even think about where they took 87, right? An 87 and pointed it at the floor.
Oh yeah, that was that Warren Hewart, the guy that does Produce Like a Pro. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just had him like an inch or two off the floor. Yeah, dude. Whoa, that sounded amazing. Although the standout in that one video is the 414 in Omni, just in the middle of the room.
That sounded so unreal.
It just sounded like, oh well, that's how the drums on a record sound with one mic.
That's a drum track. That's the whole thing. Yeah, one microphone. Amazing.
Got it on one channel. Print it.
Yeah. So anyway, as you can see, I'm drinking.
Yeah, get you some protein.
I'm getting my protein with muscle milk.
Protein. What flavor is that?
That is just regular vanilla.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me. I mean, I know it's not your favorite because it doesn't taste like real good. Which I when you said that, I was like, man, I bet the stuff you have the PE.
PES science.
Is my
disable. It wasn't ever the flavor of the muscle milk that I didn't like. It was like it was more of a texture thing. It always just tasted kind of chalky.
Oh yeah, yeah. This right?
Yeah,
yeah. It does. But for me, since I'm allergic to soy, and now my allergies seem to be kind of growing a little bit. This is 100% just milk product. So, not the biggest fan that it is related to dairy. But
sure,
what else? What else can I do? So
yeah, I mean, you could try and find a vegan protein, but that's probably gonna have soy. So
yeah, I did. I looked yesterday. Well, I drove to 3 different places yesterday. Couldn't find what you were using because I didn't look up the ingredients until later. But the vegan stuff all had soy protein in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why
it's a bummer.
Yeah, super bummer. Anyway, so my workout today, I'm we're not doing weigh-ins till later, right? We're gonna do weigh-ins till later.
Well, it doesn't matter. We can just do it once a week, which means like if we record again on Monday, we can do it.
Oh, we'll talk about Monday. That's a good idea. That's a good end.
I think it's. I mean, because we record these usually on like a Monday and a Wednesday, or Monday or Thursday. That's too close together.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I sent you that thing today of where I'm weighing, but like I bet that's really a byproduct of the day that I had yesterday. I don't know. I don't think I'm really at that weight yet. Like I bet I'm probably a pound heavier than that.
Oh, okay.
Like that was just first thing in the morning. I was totally fasted. I hadn't even had any water yet. So
I got you.
Well,
pretty much.
Well, let's just talk about it. Where you're down like a couple pounds, right?
I guess, right?
You said you were like 228.
228 this morning, 228.2 or 4
and you were
or something.
231 when we started, 230?
I was 231 when we started.
So that's
we started 231.
Yeah, so that's 3 pounds so far. We're only only like a week into this.
Boy, I'm so bad about, like you told me yesterday or maybe the day before, you were like, listen, don't do your normal Ryan McVeigh into this full on 100%, 100 actually be like more like 1,000%.
Yeah.
Because I take everything to an extreme.
Yeah.
No, it was yesterday because we're talking about calories.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the Ryan McVeigh motto? Anything worth doing is worth overdoing.
Yeah, that's it.
That doesn't work for everything. But continue.
Yeah, so 231, and then now today 228.4. I guess I didn't really think of it that way.
So I mean, dude, that's like a week because,
and I've been drinking water the way I've been drinking it for a while now. Not so I can't account like that much.
It's not water weight like that. I think that's true. I think that's mostly true poundage.
Really?
Yes.
Boy, I hope so.
Well, dude, think about
that's encouraging.
You've been working out more, so your activity level's been up. And
big time. You've
been really good about staying under your calories, or
or right there
where
in
they
the
should be,
ballpark.
staying under your maintenance calories.
Yes,
right. And like eating higher quality food. There's no reason you wouldn't lose weight.
Right.
And this is Thursday.
I have to keep.
I know. This is Thursday, and the episode that just came out today, we would have recorded last Wednesday, so a week ago yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's a week. Which when this episode comes out, it's going to be like 4 weeks or 3. I can't do the math because we have. Let's see here. We have 2 more episodes that are coming out.
Kidney stones, testosterone was on the 23rd.
Yeah,
that was a release date, but that was not when we recorded it.
No, but that's not the one where we started the challenge. It was the next one. It's the one that just came out today.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, March 25th. So that was recorded last week.
Last Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Anyone listening to this, it's not going to make a difference because this is going to be, you're probably going to hear this a week from when we're recording it, if not more.
Right.
But anyway, all that to say, you've been at this for 7 to 9 days. And
I guess so.
You've lost 3 pounds.
Yeah.
And just think, like, as you progress, you're going to be able to work out a little harder, which means your activity level is going to go up. So even
I noticed that today.
Well, and I don't even mean like, I have more energy. I just mean like from like a safety standpoint of your what are they called? Steri strips and all that.
Oh yeah.
Like your operation, your surgery.
I see.
Just like as time goes on, you will be able to increase the intensity like that you're allowed to do.
Yeah. Well, right now I think I can go 100%.
Okay.
As of
yes, but I know yesterday. Ryan McVeigh. So
everything feels like it's pretty amazing, man. Like I looked in the mirror, I cannot see my own asshole. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
no.
You're not looking hard enough.
No, I cannot see the incision. Like I can't see where it was. I have no idea where it was.
That's pretty cool.
Like I can't feel like anything like tender or anything like that to even give me a hint to where it may have been.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm good to go, man.
Okay.
I can do what I need to do.
So,
but today, since you were like, you pushed it really freaking hard yesterday.
I wish we could talk about, but yeah.
You superheroed it yesterday,
well,
right?
sort of. I don't know.
Dude, I probably would have fell over, honestly.
Nah.
So, I think so. Like, I watched just like a set of what you were doing, and that was just one thing of what you were doing. Did you record that stuff?
I did. I recorded a video of one set, just so people could get an idea of what I did. But then
all right, let's look at that right now.
Okay.
So this is what it is. So walk us through it.
Okay, so
walk us through it. Yeah.
I was just trying to mix up a little bit of strength training, resistance training with some cardiovascular, like some conditioning, right? Because I'm getting ready. A week from today will be my first day back with Damon in like 6 months. So I know he's going to start kicking my ass again, which is what I want. But I didn't want to go. I remember, I did like last year, I went January, February, March, and then I didn't go back until July. And I hadn't really done much. I hadn't even been like running as hardcore as I was. And I remember the first day going back then and just being like, I'm going to die. Like it was worse than the very first time I ever worked out with them. Because at least then my conditioning was like prime. Yeah. But I had kind of let it go. And then I started back in July or June, whenever. I guess it was June. And I was just like, oh man, he's going to kill me. Like I'm just put my tombstone right here on the gym floor because. So anyway, I kind of want to get mentally and physically a little more prepared for that kind of workout again.
Right.
So what I did is I did driveway sprints down and back, which not full out sprints, but I would run to the end of my driveway, almost to the end of my driveway, and then, back pedal, which you can see in the video. Mm-hmm. And I would do that 3 times. And then I took my 40-pound dumbbell and I did single arm dumbbell push presses. I don't know why I'm making the motion because no one can see me. We're just watching the video.
So single arm
dumbbell push presses.
Dumbbell push presses.
Which the reason it's called a push press is like a normal overhead press or a military press. It's like your shoulders and stuff, right? But with a push press, like you're allowed to use a little bit of legs to help you get that weight up over your body. It's not just a strict press where you can't use your legs for momentum.
Oh,
you can kind of like do that into it, right?
Yep.
So I did 5 per side with the 40-pound, and then I immediately put that down and grabbed my 2 25-pound dumbbells and did 10 thrusters. Did I do 10? Maybe I did 15. I wrote down 10, but I think in the video, we'll see that I did 15. No wonder it was so freaking hard. That's funny. And the thruster is basically, it's kind of the same thing, but you have weights in both hands and you're trying to do more of a full squat. And then when you come up out of the squat, then you're pushing the weight over your head and you can keep your hands in a neutral position if you want. But it's just a nice continuous fluid motion. Mm-hmm. And then I immediately dropped down with the same 25-pound dumbbells and did 10 renegade rows, which I didn't do the push-up in between. Like a real renegade row is where you have your hands on your dumbbells, you do a push-up, and then you pull the right side up as like a row, but you're laying out like you're in a push-up position, and then the left side up, and then you do a push-up, and then the right. But I have shoulder issues and I'm fat, so push-ups are hard. So I was only trying to do the stabilization part and the row part.
Okay. So you normally the full thing would be one up and down,
like a push up, and then you row, you stay laid out like like at the top of a push up,
in a plank where you're straight,
and you row up,
posture's right, and you row
up your right side
down,
and then row up your left side, and then a push up,
and then push up and repeat.
Yeah, the push up's the first part of it. That's the beginning. But I did 10 of those on a side, so 20 total, but 10 on the right. I alternated. So 1, 2, 2.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I would jump.
How's that?
I did it. The one I filmed is the second time through the circuit because the first time I just wanted to make sure I could do it without dying.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to film it and then look like an idiot.
No, we that's good stuff too.
Yeah. Great. Well, that doesn't matter. I still look like an idiot on the second time through. But, and so then after that, jump rope for a minute, and then you can rest for a few minutes, and then you repeat that whole thing. And I did it 3 times.
Oh my God.
And then
jumping rope. Are you good at it now?
I'm not good at it, but I mean, I can jump rope for a minute pretty much without stopping.
I don't know if I could.
That's a good cardiovascular exercise, man. Like I think people go, oh, jump rope, whatever. I mean, I'm not like doing double unders or anything like that, but
sure.
But just the whole mental focus of like staying in your rhythm and keeping your jump coordinated with your hands, like it's good, man. And you're exerting more energy than you think, you know. That's why boxers do it.
Yeah,
dude.
Is your rope weighted?
No, I mean it's kind of just like it's not like a kid's jump rope. It's like an exercise jump rope, but it's not anything special.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I kind of want like one of those steel cable like speed ropes. Yeah. But I also don't want to gash my shins. So, but double unders are something I want to try and do eventually. But I think for that you got to have like a weighted rope or a speed rope. I don't know if I could do it with mine. I suppose if I could learn to do it with mine, then it would be easier with that. But
I would think.
So anyway, that was that whole circuit. And I did that 3 times. And my goal was like, okay, well, the sprints at the beginning really get your heart rate up, get your blood pumping. And the fact that you're running forward and then backpedaling, that really gets you up on your toes. So you're working your calf muscles a little more. Plus you're moving your body through space.
Yep.
It's not just like doing calf raises or whatever.
Right.
And then you immediately go into all the weight, which the thing I liked about the first 2, the push presses and the thrusters, is they incorporate your legs. So your legs are already kind of burned in from running. And now you've got to like use them to move weight. But you know, it's not just like a squat where your upper body isn't really doing anything. I guess my whole goal was like, I wanted to incorporate a lot of full body movements so the blood can't just concentrate on flowing to one place. Like, oh, my legs are aching. Like my quads are really on fire, but so is my shoulder, you know, like it's got to, your heart is really pumping to get blood everywhere. It's not just like doing an isolated bicep curl where it's like, oh, okay, I need more there, you know?
Right.
So I did that 3 times and I would rest for, I don't know, a minute to 90 seconds in between. Not very long. And then I went into my garage then and did some like isolation, like accessory lifts. So I did lateral raises for the delts. Which I didn't take any video of this because I forgot, but I'll just explain it. So,
and those are different than flies.
Yeah, because flies are more for your chest. You're pulling the weight in. Lateral raises, you want to just, I mean, you don't have to keep your arms straight, but it's this muscle pulling your arm up, right?
Gotcha.
I did 20 of those, and then I did 20 upright, 20 upright rows. Dumbbell, not barbell.
Yep.
Which that's also good, like shoulders. Plus, the other thing is like all these exercises that you're doing with the dumbbell, they really start to fatigue your grip after a while. So your forearm strength and your grip, you know, you're holding that weight the entire time in all these different exercises. So that's good too.
Yeah. Right.
So I did 20 lateral raises, 20 upright rows, rested for like a minute, and then did 20 lateral raises, 20 upright rows. I think I did 15s on the lateral raises, and I think I was using my 25s on the upright rows. And then I did bicep curls, and I basically, I think I started with my 30s, and I just did a drop set to failure. So I curled the 30s, just standing bicep curls, nothing fancy. Did those as long as I could, dropped down to my 25s, did those as long as I could, dropped down to my 15s. As long as I could, man. And then my 10s.
Holy cow.
Well, that's like one of the things I learned from Damon is like, it's like start out doing like a full body type thing, you know, where you're hitting a bunch of different muscle groups, and then end the day with I mean, it's one way to do it, but like with some more isolated things and pick one and just see if you can just go till you can't anymore. So I think I went 30s, 25s. I don't have 20s, but then I went 15s and then 10s, which you feel like an idiot when you get to the 10s. But if you've done the others long enough,
right,
the 10s
are heavy.
Once you get like 15 reps on the 10s, you're like, oh, I can't feel my arms anymore.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I did. I rested for like a minute or two, and then I did 20 laying leg raises where you just laying on my mat. You keep your legs straight out and lift them up. I was trying to do some core work because I have a gut, and I don't think exercising just your abs will make your fat go away in your stomach, but that's an area that I want to make stronger.
Yeah.
So I did 20 of those, and then I did 20 sit-ups, then 20 laying leg raises, and then 20 sit-ups, and then I called it a day. But that's what I did in the afternoon. In the morning, I ran my usual 6 miles, then I incline walked 3, and then I thought it was going to rain, so I didn't do the normal 4 because I wanted to get home and make sure I could walk Lloyd, and then Lloyd and I walked like 2.5. So I did like 11.5 miles in the morning, and then I did that workout in the afternoon. So
I bet you could feel like you could run all day.
Some people doubt me. I'll tell you what, man. I bet he's listening.
Maybe.
I bet he's not. He's not now after that comment.
Yeah, he's probably hit the pause button. Delete.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could do that every day.
I don't know if it'd be a good idea to do that every day.
Well, yeah, but yesterday I was just feeling really good, and I was feeling really like, sometimes you just have those days where you're like,
yep.
I feel like I need to do this because if I don't, I'm going to waste my mental space that I'm in about feeling like I could do it. So I just did it.
Today's one of those for me.
Yeah. So here's the flip side of that. Today, I dropped my kids off at school, and I was listening to our podcast after I dropped off Ella on my way to the gym to go run. And I'm sitting there in the parking lot, and it's like pouring down rain because it's like the grossest day ever here. And I'm just like, I don't even want to get out of the car. And I'm listening to the rest of the episode that dropped today. And the longer I sat there, the more I was like, I'm having like my Tennessee in March issues.
Yeah.
With my, nose and everything.
This is the saying in Central Tennessee is if you moved there without allergies, just wait.
Yeah.
Because you're going to develop them.
Right. And I could just feel that I was like tired, and learning to listen to your body and be like, okay, I think today is a day I need to not do much. That's like valuable, because one of the mistakes, I don't know if it was a mistake early on, but like I didn't take a rest day for a long time. If I could help it, now if something came up where it's like, I had to be at the airport at 6 a.m. to catch a flight. And obviously I'm not going to get to go to the gym that day. But I say that, but like early on, I remember we had these, I was only like 2 months into this whole thing, right? This would have been December of 2017. We were doing, Corn and Reed and I were playing this like Christmas jazz gig at Corn's church. Mm-hmm. And we had to be at the church at like 6:30 in the morning for like a technical rehearsal.
Sure.
But I didn't want to miss a day.
Oh.
Dude, I woke up at probably like 3:45, and I got my ass to the gym at like 4:15.
Oh my God.
Man. And I did like half an hour. Like I just got a 5K in. At that point I was running like 5 miles every time. But I was like, got to at least get something in. Got to start the day right. And so I did like 5K and came home and showered and then put on my suit and went and did this gig. Because I was still so nervous that like if I just miss a day, everything's
then
done.
Off the rails you went.
I'm not, like, I didn't feel disciplined enough, and it was like, the whole thing just felt really fragile still.
Yeah.
You know, had I not done that workout yesterday at home, I probably wouldn't. I don't feel bad, but I can just tell that my body's like, listen, I don't want to go run today. Like, it's the last thing I want to do. And it's important to know that, like, if you feel that way, I don't ever want working out to be a thing that I just feel like, oh, I have to go and get through this. Like, I always want it to be something that I want to do.
Right.
And I mean, 95% of the time it is, but there are days where it's like, oh, I really don't want to do it. And I don't want it to become this thing that I hate doing, but I have to do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I've learned that, like, okay, yeah, I'll take a day off. Tomorrow I'm going to really want to go because I didn't go today, and I'm going to feel good about running, you know? And here's the thing, like, my goal is to get between 50 and 60 miles every week. Try and get at least 200 miles a month. So if you get 50 miles a week, that's roughly 200 miles every month. And anything on top of that is a bonus. Well, I hit 43 miles yesterday, and today's only Thursday, but for the month, I'm already at 202 miles. So,
holy cow.
So tomorrow I'll go and I'll do my 10 or 12 between running and walking Lloyd, and I'll be almost to 60, and I'll be, you know, at 16 miles, something like that. So yeah, I've learned to, like, not be so panicky about, like, like if I don't do it today, then tomorrow, like it's not going to be this buildup of, I keep missing my goal. Like, it's okay. Right. And I'm not just like eating like crap today either. You know, that's the other thing I learned is there are days where maybe, like, I really just want to go eat a burger or something, you know, like,
yeah,
I'm not, you can call them a cheat meal or even a cheat day or whatever. I don't really like that because I don't like the connotation that, like, the word cheat puts on it. It's like, no, I'm a grown ass man. I can eat what I want. I just choose to eat 80% of the time. I choose to eat what is good for me, you know? But who doesn't want, like, a burger or pizza, you know? Like, right. And I think as long as 85% of the time you're adhering to a good nutrition plan, it's okay. Like, no one is saying you can't ever eat those things again. Like, who wants to live that life? If I can't ever have a donut again, or I can't ever have a milkshake or a burger or pizza or even something that maybe quality wise isn't bad for me, but calorie wise is really high. Like Chipotle is a good example. Like, those are really good quality ingredients.
Yep.
There's nothing inherently bad for you, but if you get like a burrito, like, that's a big meal, dude, you know? So, but like, sometimes I really want that, and that's okay. But
for example, because I want to, you know, because I didn't know this until I just started doing it. So, for example, my lunch with a salad and some hard-boiled eggs and that kind of thing will come in at like maybe 600 calories at the top, at the very top. That was my lunch, right? And that was a decent size bowl of salad. Yeah. Lettuce, hot peppers, some cucumbers in there, bell peppers chopped up, just a little bit. I'm not heavy on dressing. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, this was my lunch today. That's what I've told myself. Yeah. This is my lunch today.
But what did you have for breakfast?
I had a double serving of oatmeal. Okay. Because I woke up very, 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 very hungry because I went super light on my dinner last night.
Right. Well, and then did you eat before you worked out?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's what I do before I work out.
You put those carbs into use then, so that's good.
Yeah. I much rather do that because I feel like I have a better workout when I have energy in me. Yeah. So so about 500, 600 calorie floating around there is what I've been aiming at for lunch, right around lunchtime. That burrito cost me 1,130 calories.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, they're no joke.
The people that are listening that are wondering, well, I don't know what does that mean? Well, that's what that means. So it's that one burrito was double the calorie count of what I've been normally doing. So that completely obliterated the rest of my day.
Yeah, I mean, that's like half of your maintenance calories for the entire day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my maintenance calories, 1,800.
No.
11.
No, your maintenance calories are 22.
Oh, sorry.
2230.
Not the
right?
deficit calorie count, but the maintenance calorie. Yeah, like 2,300. Yeah, and there, bam, half of it, bang, right there at lunch.
Right. So all I was going to say is the other thing I learned is, if I have a day where I can feel it coming on of like, I don't really just want to have my hot chicken salad or whatever. Like, or maybe I'm going to meet somebody for lunch. Like, it hasn't happened in forever because of COVID, but like every now and then, like a drummer buddy wants to grab lunch or whatever. If I know that's going to happen, then I make sure that is not also a day where I don't work out.
Oh, right.
Try not to, if you want to call it a cheat day or whatever, that's fine. Don't have a cheat day or a cheat meal on a day where you don't work out. There's no science behind it. But for me personally, I don't like to have a day where I don't work out, but then I also just take in like 5,000 calories and I'm not paying attention when I put it in my mouth, because to me, that's like a little glimpse into who I used to be, and I don't like who I used to be.
Yeah.
So,
right.
That's
what I was going to say. It's a mental thing. Yeah. It's a mental game after that point.
All I got to do if I want to top off that day is just call you up at 11 o'clock and be like, hey, are we playing GTA 5 and stay up till 3 a.m. And then,
exactly.
And then all my bad habits are back. So I don't want any part of that. I look back at that now and I just think, sorry, Mom, what the fuck was I doing? Like,
yeah.
Like what,
Yeah.
Well,
one part of it was obviously the camaraderie.
Yeah, the social part of it is fun.
Right. The problem was that you, myself, my brother, and my cousin were all parents. So
yeah, that's true.
So we weren't able to really do anything till the kids were down for at least an hour.
Right.
And then there was all the stuff that has to happen after that. And then after that, if we were even up for it, we could hang out. Because that's what we were doing. We were hanging out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's exactly where it was like 11 to frickin' 3 a.m. in the morning. And it wasn't good for any of us.
No.
But when the hell else were we going to fit that in?
Right.
And it gets complicated, and you had to make a very difficult choice, which we at the time didn't really understand because we didn't know what you're going through.
Right.
And, but I mean, it makes perfect sense now.
It's funny. I don't really miss, I miss the camaraderie part, like you said, but I don't miss the vehicle with which we had to use to have that camaraderie, if that makes sense. Like,
right. Well, we had that. We all enjoyed gaming. It's not like we were addicted to gaming.
No. But it was like the one thing that we could do. You guys were in Ohio and spread out, and I was still down here, and it's like, well, we can all get on this virtual world and just be dumbasses for 3 hours and tell jokes. And we're really just talking to each other. Stupid. It really didn't have much to do with the game.
With the game itself, yeah.
But that's one thing maybe we could talk about, or I could talk about, is like the unexpected benefits, like health benefits that I had from all of this that they're unexpected. So I didn't expect them. Like, I started sleeping better. Not that I ever slept terrible, but there were times where I could go to bed at like 10 and lay there awake until like midnight and just be like, not tired at all. But as soon as I started being more active during the day and eating less, all of a sudden, like, man, my head would hit the pillow and it would be lights out.
Yeah.
And I would like sleep hard. Like I could fall asleep faster. I would stay asleep. I woke up and felt way better in the morning. Like I would just like wake up immediately and feel good. Whereas before I'd wake up and I'd be groggy, and probably because I didn't go to bed till 3 and I was eating a bunch of shit food that whole time. And then that's just sitting in your stomach, like just terrible. Another thing that happened, I bet you only after losing about 20 or 30 pounds, stop snoring. I don't snore. Wow. I don't snore, but I used to snore all the time. I don't snore at all anymore. Unless I'm really congested and sick and I got to breathe through my mouth. I can remember Amy being like, yeah, sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night, I kind of have to like look over and make sure that you're breathing because you're so quiet. And she's like, I think she's used to it now, but early on she was like, it used to freak me out because I was so used to just hearing you. Even if I wasn't snoring, I would be like really breathing heavy, you know?
Right. Your engine was on and everybody could hear it running.
Like that kind of thing. And she's like, yeah, most of the time now I barely hear you sleep. So
that's so crazy.
That was cool, you know? And everyone always says this, the whole like, oh, I just feel like I have more energy during the day.
Yep.
Which I feel like that comes and goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at first, I definitely felt like I had more energy during the day because I was jump starting my day by being really active. But like your body kind of, you go through a period where you definitely have more energy, but then you're really pushing yourself hard and your body's like adjusting to your new weight. And then for a while you don't have energy because you're tired because you're working out so hard to keep losing weight. But then like your body reacclimates and then you have more, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
It's interesting, man. Like,
again,
this is just my personal experience. But I feel like a more energetic person now than I ever did then. Even on days where I feel like, oh, you know, because everyone still has those days where you wake up and you're just like, man, tired. Yeah. Or if I had a really intense workout and then I got to go do stuff or whatever, it's like,
that was 2 days ago for me. It was 2 days ago.
It's like you're sore or you're just really, you feel like you're really depleted.
Yep. Yeah. I was just tired. I just felt tired. I just felt not tired. Now, here's the thing. Not tired enough to just fall asleep like I had in the past.
Yeah.
But definitely like, but I mean, still that night, like that would have been Tuesday night, I still, you know, got up and went on a pretty decent walk with Andrea, and like 4 weeks ago, forget it, man. I would have never done that.
Yeah.
I would have never done it.
That's awesome. And I also want to say this. People always go, well, that's great for Iceman. Like he runs all the time and he can afford to go to a trainer and he lifts and he has all this stuff in his garage. And it's like, dude, and I've said this before, I think probably on 2 other episodes before this, like learn to do it through how you eat. And then any exercise on top of that is gravy. And do not underestimate walking. Walking is one of the best things you can do. It's low intensity, so it's easy on your joints.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps you burn calories, but not so much or at such a quick rate that it really ramps up your hunger. You know what I mean? Like, if you go and run 20 miles every day, dude, when you're done running 20 miles, like you're going to be hungry. It's going to be a lot harder to be like, oh, I can't eat yet, or I don't want to eat everything in sight. But if you just go and walk for half an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do, if you're walking at a brisk enough pace, you can do like 2 miles in a half an hour.
Yeah. Get your heart up around 120. You know, somewhere
like,
around there.
You're probably going to burn, I don't know, 200 or 300 calories in that time.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're going to get your blood flowing. But like, you're just not going to be like, oh gosh, I'm so hungry. But you're also not doing any damage to your knees or your feet or anything like that. Your back. Like, and I understand some people are so big that yes, even at first walking is going to be hard. But I think the majority of people, like, you can go out for a 30-minute walk.
Yeah. Do what my doctor suggests I do, which is start 10 minutes and work your way up. Just work your way up. And at that type of thing with the walking, I think the obviously you're going to burn calories. Okay. But I don't think that should be the thing to look at.
No.
The thing to look at would be pay attention, say, okay, that's great. but be like, I'm now working, because that's what I'm kind of concentrating on now. I'm working on calories too, but I'm not just getting defeated by not losing weight. Yeah, it sucks. Sucks a little bit.
But
I'm not losing as
you've
much
lost
as I would.
you've lost 3 pounds in a week.
Sure. I guess that when you put it that way,
dude,
that's cool.
That's a lot. If our goal is to only lose a pound or a pound and a half a week,
okay, so
you're double that.
There you go. There's another thing, right? Having somebody else be accountable with you to help you
put things in perspective.
Yeah, because it's not, right? But instead of looking at the calories, looking at the weight, I am also thinking, well, you know what? This sounds a lot like being a musician.
I don't get that.
Do you see the correlation?
No.
So you learn a lot of cool things. And
yes. Yeah.
At first, and then all of a sudden, it feels like you can't play anything new.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what now? And then all of a sudden, like, this is early on, right?
Yeah.
You hit something that wakens something. You get woke.
Oh, gosh. Don't even get me started.
I hate that. I hate it so much. Anyway, but something you get awake and you are aware of something you had no idea, and then all of a sudden, bang, you can apply it to something you already know.
Yeah.
And then changes everything. And that lasts for like what? Maybe 2 years, a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
3 at best.
Yeah. Dude, that's so true. I hadn't thought about that, but like, it is very much like, I can remember early on. Well, think about it. If you've never played drums before,
mm-hmm.
you're starting at 0. So everything you learn, you're going to learn like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because you have like the skills are easy to acquire because you're starting at the easiest thing.
The fundamentals.
But
right.
Like as you become older, like you're technically better, but also the things you're trying to learn are way harder.
Yeah.
You're trying to learn something that like the person at 0 would be like, if you showed that to them, they'd be like, well, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to hold a stick and you want me to play that.
Can somebody give me a fire starter?
But if you've been playing for 20 years and like I'm trying to learn some really tough thing or whatever, it might take me a while. And then it's like, well, even once I have it under my hands, it's like, well, now I got to try and go apply it in the real world. And it's like this whole big process where it's like the neurons don't connect as quickly because you already have all these things that have formed to get you where you are. So, right. I mean, it is the same mentally being aware of that is the same thing as like, okay, man, I just lost last month I lost 12 pounds, but this last 2 weeks I'm up a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then if you zoom out more and you go over these 4 months, though, I lost 60 pounds.
Right.
Like you have to be able to, which it's always easier to do once you've gone through it.
Sure.
Which I didn't know at first, so I would get freaked out. Now, I guess I'm trying to share that with you that like, look, your goal is to lose like 15 pounds by June 1st. Yeah. Well, you're already a fifth of the way there, and we're only a week into this. Now, are you going to keep losing at that rate? No.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say you did. Let's say you did. If you really...
I probably won't, but...
You probably won't.
Okay.
But, dude, that means...
How many weeks?
Well, let's say we got 8 weeks, because we got 1 more week of March. So let's say we got 8 weeks.
So that's 24 pounds.
That would be 24 pounds. Are you going to lose 24 pounds in that time? Probably not. But 15,
that'd be crazy though.
But listen, 15 pounds sounds really doable now, right?
Yeah.
Because you're looking at your rate of 1 week.
It's like almost half of that. Nearly. It's, half, 24,
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you need something to keep you focused and keep you excited, just think of that. Like a week ago, I weighed 231 and today I weigh 228.
I think that could equate to like the lithium-ion charging system. No, this is not an outro. This is not. I heard this, but this would be like the reverse of that. Okay, so like your phone can be 80%, 80% charged within. Let's just say your phone takes an hour to charge completely, right? Which is not realistic, but let's just say that's what it is. In the first 15 minutes, it will reach 75% charge.
Okay.
And why? Well, the reason is because if you think about the electrons that have to make their way into the capacitance of the battery, think of it like a parking garage. Okay. The parking garage is empty. Each car is an electron. So if you've got 400 cars lined up, you're going to park the first 70% of those cars really quick because there's tons of spaces open.
Oh,
and
right.
As that garage gets full,
you have to go further to get to the spaces.
And you have to look, and it takes longer.
Right.
So that's how charging a lithium-ion battery works. So I figure if you reverse the idea of that, somebody that is so overweight, that weight comes off because there's all this open space.
Right. Yeah.
And as you get down, there's fewer spots available. But in this case, we're talking about emptying a garage.
Leaving, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this one up.
Well, I have a fun fact of the day.
Oh, you do. You have one.
Well, you told me.
Hold on.
Okay.
There's one other thing. Oh, so we hit on this, and I think this would be kind of an interesting topic, maybe for the next one, possibly. If not the next one soon after. And that was talking about plateauing as a musician.
Oh, yes.
Like hitting those plateaus, what those feel like, and maybe some encouragement or ways to push through those or how to push through those.
Yes.
Because I know for a fact I've at least hit 5 of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably on one right now where I just feel like I play the same boring stuff all the time.
Right. So I think that would be a very cool topic just to talk about and our own things and what we have found that work to get you through them, or things that may not necessarily looked for, but just kind of stumbled into.
Yeah.
Because I think that's more likely the case.
I like that a lot, actually.
So what you got for me?
The first
I want to hear this one because I've got 2.
Okay.
But you want me to go? You go, me go? Or you want me go, me go, you go?
You, me, him, me, him.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This one, actually, I got this one specifically for ending our part 4 of our health and fitness series. This is a fact. 1/3 of all cancers are caused by lifestyle factors.
Dang, man. That's dude, see, that hits hard, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy. Hit me with yours.
Wow, mine is not near as profound and serious as that. But did you know?
Should we end on that one?
No, I know. Let's. What is your other one? Is it a little lighter?
Yeah, it has to do with how humans recognize faces and why.
Okay. No, that's good. Well, I was just going to say, did you know that the first person ever convicted of speeding was going 8 miles an hour?
What?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's hilarious.
I actually have one more, but
okay.
I'll let
you have the last one.
Yeah.
We look for human faces even in inanimate objects, and that comes from the fact that recognizing faces is so important to social life that our brains would rather find one where there isn't one than miss a real life face.
Wow. Interesting.
That is interesting.
That's why
I always thought that was kind of like primal.
Like people see like Jesus in my Cheez-It or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is primal, but I always thought, I always like gave it credit to like caveman not wanting to be eaten by a tiger or lion.
Sure.
So recognizing a face in...
I see Abraham Lincoln in my toast.
Abe Lincoln's. When you die, you go bye-bye. That's a children's author.
Oh, really?
It is.
Oh, jeez. Wow. All right.
When you die, you go bye-bye.
That's
True
terrible.
story.
I think that's a Florida Georgia Line song. Isn't that the hook in their chorus?
I think. Yeah, it sounds like one of theirs.
Anyway, not to pick on them, but to pick on them.
Yeah.
So, did you know? I want to make sure I quote it right. Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Did you know that 76% of all statistics are made up on the spot?
Good Share. Hey, thanks for listening or watching the Good Share podcast. Hey, Ice, tell them what they can do.
Well, if you're enjoying the show, please take a minute and like, subscribe, comment, rate, and review. And don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss an episode.
That's right. And if you want to know more, go to the Good Share podcast.com.
.com. Say hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.